What is up, everybody? My name is Hyken, and these are the Asceny Coiled Cables. Everybody loved their Aviator cables, and now they're back with coiled cables at a lower price point and improved availability compared to what custom coiled cables can offer. Before we go any further, I do need to say that Asceny did send these out for review, but I'm still going to be giving my honest opinion on these. Let's start off with the color options. You can get this cable in black, white, pink, and blue, all at the low price of $25. All the colors look really great and have their own PET sleeve over the top to add extra durability and to help it keep its shape. Each cable is 4.9 feet long, excluding the coil. The coil itself is 6 inches. I really like the design of the packaging here, however, the execution on my white cables especially is kind of lacking here. We'll go over that a little bit more in a bit, but the other ones were packed pretty well. In the box, you get the cable and a note from the company with some stickers on the bottom of the note. You also get a little bit of Velcro to help the long end of the cable stay looped. These cables are all USB Type A to USB Type C, so if you're using a keyboard that uses micro USB like the glorious GMMK, you can get a really small adapter on Amazon for just a couple of bucks. Build quality on these is actually pretty good, however there are a few things that I think need a little bit of improvement. Firstly, the coils are kind of hard to get to lay flat at times. It seems like the end that comes out and plugs into the keyboard and the end that comes out and plugs into the computer aren't really lined up as well as they could be. This means that you'll need to either tighten your coil a little bit or loosen your coil a little bit. And depending on the cable, that can be a lot easier said than done. Even if you do get the cable lined up pretty well, there might be parts of the coil that, just because of all the tension in there, might not be touching your desk all the way. Just little tiny parts, maybe 1 or 2 of the individual loops, but it still takes away from the overall appearance of these cables. Now, I do understand that these cables are most likely machine coiled, which means that they're not going to be as precise as the custom hand coiled ones, but I would just like to see just a little bit of improvement there. I think that if these coils were just maybe not coiled as much, or maybe coiled just a little bit more, you may not get that exact 6-inch coil, but in the end you'll get a coil that will sit better on the desk. Secondly, the packaging is good for the most part, but again, my white cable did get a little bit messed up, and unfortunately that means that the loops themselves at the very ends of the coil are messed up a little bit too. They're just not sitting perfectly. This may get fixed over time, but I have a feeling that it probably won't. So yeah, I would just like to see that issue get addressed and hopefully fixed so that this doesn't happen to anybody else's cable. Again, 3 out of the 4 cables that I got were totally fine. This was just the unlucky one that just happened to get messed up a little bit. I don't think it's a super common occurrence, but this is something that I still feel like I need to bring up. However, on the other ones, the coils all look really good. They're uniformly sized, they hold their shape, they spring back. That's all things that you want out of these coiled cables. The USB connectors also have a hard plastic around each of the ends, so they are super sturdy. Now, unfortunately, there are some compatibility issues with these cables, and it's not just like one specific cable doesn't work with one specific keyboard, it's all of these cables not working with a specific keyboard. So my Dierya DK61E did not work with these cables. I saw somebody else online said their Dierya DK63 did not work with these cables either. I've also seen people having some problems with their Massdrop keyboards, their Massdrop controls, probably the Massdrop Alt as well. Everything else that I tried worked just fine. I tried a Skyloom GK61, that worked great, EpoMaker SK61, and the Asceny one. I would definitely make sure that if you have one of those keyboards that you wait until they get the compatibility issues fixed, if they even can get them fixed. I will be keeping this description updated on any more that I hear about there being compatibility issues, so before you buy this cable, make sure that you check down there, make sure that your keyboard is not on the list. Overall, if you don't have a compatibility issue with this cable. They are a really solid option. The build quality is sturdy, the coil looks good, and they're relatively affordable as well. These do go out of stock pretty quick, but they're getting them in stock quite rapidly. They did just come out, so a lot of people are getting them. You may need to wait a little while before you can get your hands on one, but there is a link down to the Amazon product page in the description. It's an Amazon affiliate link, so it'll send a small commission my way if you do end up purchasing something through that link. It'll help run the channel so that I can afford to buy more products like this one. Also, while you're scrolling down, if you don't mind hitting that like button and that sub button, I would really appreciate it. Both of those really help me out. Also, I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon West Coast time here on my YouTube channel. I unbox really cool products like this one, and I would love to see you there. Also, if you have any questions, that is an excellent place to ask me. All right, everybody, I will see you all in the next one. Peace!
Oh my god! Whoa! Hello, good morning. How's it going, game?